Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog. I'm currently in traffic during my travels, so I thought I would film my little intro now. But I'm in Costa Rica. I'm going to a conscious dance retreat. You might know that as ecstatic dance, but I kind of hate calling it that because I think it gives people the wrong impression. But yeah, I'm going to a conscious dance retreat. It's led by the woman who taught the certification program that I just finished taking to become a certified conscious dance facilitator. Yeah, so it's in Costa Rica. I flew into San Jose and then I rented a car and I'm driving to Uvita, which is where the retreat is. It's 4 days long, so it's until, today's Monday, it's until Friday. So Friday, I'm going to be driving back to San Jose. I'm going to spend the night at an Airbnb because of the long drive. There was no way I was going to make a flight that same day. So one night in an Airbnb. And then after that, I'm going to Florida to spend some time with some family and my mom. We're going to do some fun stuff, golfing, spa, you know, things like that. So welcome to the vlog. Let's travel. So far, not having fun. I had to take a red eye, which I hate. I always avoid red eyes if I can. I do not like having to fly all night and not getting to sleep. I cannot sleep sitting up. So basically half slept for like 2 hours, didn't really ever fully fall asleep. And so now I got breakfast at a vegan place. I think it was called Mixed, like M-I-X-T. I'll check that though. But here in Costa Rica, it was good. But I was hoping they would have like a caffeinated beverage and they did not. So I'm running on, woo, jazzy fumes here. But yeah, some of the roads were alarming and scary, like really twisty-turny, really small, really narrow. But now I'm on more of a main road, and I'm hoping I'll mostly stay on the main road for the rest of my drive, because I did not love the small, tiny roads. Autism checkup, feeling overwhelmed. Can't wait to get to my room that I'm staying in so I can spend at least an hour not talking to anybody and not hearing anybody or sensing anything. Taking a little shower, maybe laying down for a little bit, even if I can't manage to fall asleep, just to relax and kind of reset my nervous system. Oh, a pretty bird. Anyway, but yeah, I had a really hard time on the, getting on the flight, and during the flight I was okay. I was moderately okay. And then getting off the flight, I was really anxious because, I've never been to the airport before in San Jose. And I didn't know, where to get the rental car and where to blah, blah, blah. And, so it was kind of stressful. But it worked out okay. Just got to get to where I'm going now. I've got 2 hours and 40 minutes left on my drive. So, let's go. Talking to the camera definitely helps me stay awake, though, and feel awake. I keep doing random "ha!" to wake myself up. So here's the deal, y'all. I'm at the location. I made it. Big thumbs up. When I got here, was not doing well. Felt really awful in basically every single way. Felt very overwhelmed and overstimulated. I was hungry, tired, irritated. Because I took a red-eye flight, which is never my first choice. I hate a red-eye. But I took a red-eye flight, so I didn't get 1 minute of sleep all night. And I had to drive 3 hours from the airport to where I am now. So yeah, and it ended up being more like 4 hours because of traffic. So, and I hadn't really eaten. I went to a place to get breakfast that I had found days ago, like before I traveled, that's an all-vegan cafe. But it ended up, I had a hard time eating it because I was so nauseous from being tired and stressed. So I literally had like 3 bites of it and then just put it back in the bag and then started driving. So by the time I got here, I was really hungry, really tired, and just overstimulated from being on a plane, sitting next to people, having to interact with the car rental guy and the shuttle guy, and, just having to socially interact with so many people. So when I got here, and it's Costa Rica, it's hot, it's humid, and something you might not know about Costa Rica is that for some reason, everybody's obsessed with indoor-outdoor space. Like, there's no inside at this place I'm at. I'm in my bedroom, but it's not, I'll show you in a minute, but it's not a room. It doesn't have walls. You can hear the bugs because I'm essentially outside. There's no AC, which I did not know. So, I start to panic and feel like I can't breathe because I realize that there's no AC, there's no escape from the heat. Like, if it's hot, your options are get in the car and blast the air or take an ice cold shower. Like, there's no room you can go into that's air conditioned and has 4 walls and a door. And so I just started panicking, genuinely feeling like I couldn't breathe. Luckily, my sister is good at being supportive, so she was very supportive on the phone. I cried a whole bunch. I talked to myself a little bit, like hyping myself up, reassuring myself. Took a really cold shower, and I felt better. I have since eaten dinner. Now is just some chill time in between dinner and our first conscious dance that the woman who's leading this retreat is gonna lead. And it's really late, and I'm so fucking tired because I didn't sleep last night. So basically I'm just laying here on my bed trying to muster up the strength. But yeah, luckily I don't think, now that I'm laying here, and there is a ceiling fan, so the ceiling fan is giving me a nice breeze at least, but I do think now that I'm laying here, I think I'll be okay. I'm very tired, so hopefully I'll have an okay time falling asleep. I really hope I do, because I really need a good night's sleep.
But yeah, basically when I got here, I had a whole autistic... I'm trying to stop using words like meltdown or freak out because they're infantilizing and patronizing. I saw somebody using, instead of autistic meltdown, using like sensory overload. I sort of like just doing overload. So like when I got here, I was having autistic overload. And I was at my wit's end. And I also felt trapped. That's one of my biggest triggers. And I think a lot of autistic people can relate. Just feeling trapped. Like, I just drove 3 hours in remote Costa Rica to get to this location that I am now essentially trapped at for the next 3 days. Has no AC. And my room has no walls. And this is just another, and like I said, I'm feeling better now. I'm going to have a positive time. I'm going to have a good time. I'm already enjoying myself with the things that we've done. We've already done a meditation, and a silent 45-minute meditation. And we've already done dinner. And we had our little welcome meeting where we did a little bit of a craft, which, you know, I love crafting. So I'm having fun. I'm looking forward to the dance tonight, even though I'm very tired. And I'm looking forward to the future days. It's going to be fun. We have a beach day, a river day. I already went down to the river and looked at it in the darkness. It's really pretty and beautiful. Like, the earth is obviously serving gorgeousness. But I'm still excited to leave. Simply because I do not have the things that my autistic brain needs to survive. Such as an enclosed room. And it's funny because this is another example, and I've talked about this a lot on my channel, on and off, different videos it comes up, but this is another example of how spiritual spaces and the average spiritual person does not have space for or does not acknowledge neurodivergence. Like when I booked this retreat, nobody said to me, by the way, your room is indoor-outdoor, your bathroom's indoor-outdoor, the whole building's indoor-outdoor. There is no inside. There is no AC. I want you to know there is no AC. Nobody said that to me. And if somebody had said that to me, I would not be here right now. And I think you know, it's complicated. You could say, okay, yeah, it's good to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Yeah. Will I have a good time? Yeah. Will I regret coming? No. But will it be difficult? Yes. Will it put me at my wit's end? Yes. Will it take me a solid 2-3 weeks to fully recover? Yes. And neurotypical people can't understand that. Especially spiritual neurotypical people. Because the average spiritual person is somebody who can sit down and meditate for 45 minutes. Is somebody who can live full-time in an indoor-outdoor space, in a place that has loud as fuck bugs and 90-degree weather. That's my worst nightmare. Like, while we were meditating, and luckily I got past it, but while we were meditating, all I could hear were the loud-ass bugs. Because they were so loud. Like, way louder than what you're probably hearing right now coming in through the screens in this bedroom. Like, amplify this by like 3 or 4. It's all I could hear. I thought I was going to freak out. It made me feel the same way as the heat felt when I first got here. Just like I'm going to snap. But yeah, it's just like, these people can just live this way because they're so sensorily normal. Because I don't want to use like a word with a negative connotation like dull, but they don't notice the thing they're hearing, or the heat doesn't bother them the way it bothers me, or like it's just like socializing doesn't exhaust them the way it exhausts me. So it's just crazy as a concept, and it sucks that more spiritual people don't have the awareness to think of people like me, people like me who have dedicated themselves to spiritual practice and paganism and religious work, but also are neurodivergent and need their needs met to be able to be healthy and thrive and feel good. So that's kind of my catch-up of what's going on. So I'm gonna get through this dance, enjoy it as much as I can, be gentle with myself, take a nice cold shower and go to bed, hopefully have a lovely night's sleep, and wake up in the morning feeling like a daisy. That's my plan. I'm gonna feel like a daisy and have a nice day. Hopefully have a nice day. Okay? That's the plan. It's just Tuesday, Wednesday, and part of Thursday, and then I get to leave. That's what I keep telling myself. Because also, like, it's not like I'm miserable. It's not like I'm suffering. But am I happy? Am I fully comfortable? Am I fully having a nice time? No. No. Because that is autism. That's just the nature of autism. So, kind of bummed. But trying to be positive and kind to myself and loving to myself, and try to take care of myself the best way possible. Because also, like, do I have weed? No. Can't travel through customs with weed into a country where weed is not recreationally legal. So I can't even calm down that way. So I've got to rely on other things. But yeah. Gonna make it a good trip, despite the many problems. I'm gonna finish my chill time. Muster the courage to dance. Pray for me. But this is the room, so lovely, has a door, locks. Love that, no problems there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful room. This is the bathroom. Hole in the wall. Weird. But yeah, this is the shower. Those are screens to the outside. So, not a room. And then this is the bedroom. Screen, screen, screens. Yep. Ceiling fan, my only salvation. The real MVP of this trip. And one thing I did that in the past I never would have done, literally just because I didn't grow up knowing I'm autistic. So normally I never would have done something that would help me, because I would say to myself, oh, you shouldn't need that, or oh, that's weird if you bring that. Just basically trying to treat myself like I don't have needs. So one thing I did that I've never done before is I brought one of my comfort stuffed animals from my childhood. This is Wilbur. He's a Webkinz. He's the first Webkinz I ever got as a kid. And yes, I named him Wilbur because at the time I was obsessed with Charlotte's Web. Okay? Children aren't good at naming things, we know this. But he's beautiful and his name is Wilbur, and he brings me much joy and comfort and solace. And he makes me feel like I'm at home. So I brought it. Despite my past negative self-talk surrounding needing items such as this. But I'm really glad I brought it. Really glad. Really glad. I also brought my baby blanket. So, I do have some comfort objects, at least. But yeah. Bless. Let's hope I have a good night's sleep. See you in the morning. I might check back in after the dance. Depends how tired I am.
Okay, it's the morning of our first full day here in Costa Rica. I actually slept really well. I wasn't hot. I did have to put earplugs in at 5 a.m. because all the birds were going off. But I was able to go back to sleep until about 7, so perfect. Yeah, this morning at 8 we had a little morning movement, a little bit of gentle dance first thing in the morning, so that was lovely. It's actually Valentine's Day today. The dogs also went off for most of the night, on and off. Dogs in the distance. But yeah, we had our morning movement. It was lovely. I forgot that it was Valentine's Day, so I'm really happy I'm spending it here because never really enjoyed Valentine's Day, so I think today will be the best Valentine's Day I've ever had. But had breakfast after the little morning dance, and now I think I'm gonna go down to the river. The hospice patient that I've been seeing, I told her and her husband, I give the husband Reiki too. I told them that I would be sending them distance Reiki while I'm gone, so I'm probably gonna do that at the river. And then our next event is at 10:30. So yeah, that'll be when our next dance is. So let's go to the river. I'm sweating. But here's more of the space where I'm staying. My room is that door in the corner. Really beautiful space. It's called Awake here in Costa Rica. It's gorgeous.
Hello. You getting in? Yeah. Just a little, cool off a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's so calm. Yeah. Last time it was like rapid.
Oh, really?
It's fun because you find a little hole and you just like
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah. That's the dance space over there through the trees. Beautiful. Another dance done. Check. I am sweaty. I'm gonna go take a cold shower.
So I just got back from a ritual that was not dance related, but we went down to the river, bathed in the river, and then we went to a little spot where the facilitator had us write letters to ourselves that no one is ever going to read. So a closed letter to yourself. And the first thing I wrote in my letter to myself was, "I'm proud of you." And then I wrote some stuff about stuff I've been through and how hard it's been, how much pain there's been so early in my life, all stacked on top of each other, just year after year of pain that my life's foundation consists of. Just wrote about so many things relating to that. Wrote a little bit about my dad. And we didn't know what we were going to be doing with these letters. So when we wrote it, we didn't know what we were going to do with them. And then we went to a campfire, and one of the co-founders of this space called Awake, he played the guitar and sang a song, and the facilitator led us through. She just said, when you feel called to, burn your letter. Because she had put each person's letter in an envelope and wrote thank you on it with a heart. So once I realized that's what we were doing, I just instantly started crying. Because my letter was all about the stuff I've been through and how far I've come and how proud of myself I am and how proud my dad is of me and how much I've proven my strength and I've gathered all this wisdom and I've done so much healing from this pain, and now this pain is not a burden. It is my superpower. It is my wisdom. It is my strength. So eventually I felt called, put my letter in the fire, and it was funny because I kind of put my letter in between the big logs on the ground. And literally like a split second after I put my letter in, the logs collapsed onto my letter. And just watched it burn. And then we had written a letter, I think I talked about this, we had written a letter yesterday, an open letter to the group introducing ourselves. And that letter, we all had put our letters on the altar that's in the dance space. And so the facilitator of this retreat brought those letters too, and she burnt all of those. And as she burnt them, she said, you aren't the people you were yesterday when you wrote these letters. So it was all, in that letter I wrote, introducing myself to the group, instead of like trying to introduce myself and be like, I'm this, I do this, I'm this years old, this many years old, I'm blah, blah. Instead I wrote like just stuff that's going on for me. Like currently I wrote a lot about like death and forming a relationship with death and seeing death as what it is and not as like a menacing monster. So it was really amazing to see all that burning. And then after we went into the dance space again, and the facilitator had set up a little spot. Where did I put them? Oh, over here. She had set up in a circle, because this morning, in our second dance of the day, in the late morning, we did this thing where throughout the hour-long dance, we could write Valentines, just generic Valentines. They didn't have to be to anyone. Just throughout the dance, whenever you felt called, just go over to the table and write a Valentine. And there were like 180 or something like that. So basically throughout the dance, we all just filled these Valentines with whatever messages we felt called to fill them with. And so after we burned our letters in the fire, we went back to the dance space, and in a circle were our Valentines, like piles of the Valentines with rocks on top of them. So each one had a rock. And she said, just go in and you'll know which pile's yours. So went in, picked a pile. I immediately felt called to this rock because it's broken. My Valentines. The first one, this pink one, it says open your heart. It's got 3 hearts on it. So cute. And the next one is live from the heart. And then the last one, I see you. Really amazing afternoon. I feel lighter. I feel like the beginning of a new chapter in my life. So I'm happy. Taking a little social break in my room. Dinner is in about, I think, like 45 minutes. So I'm just gonna chill here for probably a few more minutes and then I'll go back out, see who's hanging around. And then we have another dance later to wrap up our Valentine's Day celebration. We'll check back in later. As long as I'm not too tired. Oh, and there's something else crazy going on. When I got back to my room this morning after the first dance we had at 8 a.m., because we've had 2 already and we're gonna have a third this evening, there was a bug on the floor of my room, like right when you open the door, like right by the doorway. And it looked kind of dead, like it wasn't moving. But I didn't look at it much because I assumed that it was a cicada, and I really don't like cicadas, and I'm surrounded by cicadas. So I just kind of assumed it was that, and I was just like, when I come back later, it'll be gone. You know, that's how these bugs work. They wander in, they wander out. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ignore it, go about my day. And when I come back, it'll be gone. Came back, not gone. Also not a cicada. Looked at it more closely. Pretty sure it's a scarab beetle. So Anubis came into my room, and the scarab doesn't want to leave. But also it looks like maybe one of the legs of the scarab beetles is broken, which is sad. But I might try to get him back in the grass so he can, if he's gonna die, at least die in the grass instead of in my fucking room. It doesn't seem ideal. I felt kind of special, like, to come back from that ceremony and realize that it was a scarab beetle, since Anubis is the first god that I ever started working with. And has a special place in my heart for sure, especially with all the death work I've been doing lately. I'm gonna try to maybe rescue this scarab beetle. I already gave it Reiki. And yeah, and then I go to dinner. See ya.
Good morning. I'm heading to morning movement. I'll fill you guys in on how last night was later. So, we had our morning movement. It was very nice. There were only 2 of us, and then the teacher and the DJ, so it was very chill. We mostly just like stretched and were gentle, and I did like a walking meditation, and then I just did some doodling while the music was playing. But yeah, it was really nice, really gentle. Definitely needed the gentleness because last night was really tiring. We had a guest DJ from the UK, and he was great. He played like some more EDM kind of club music a little bit, mixed in with the more spiritual stuff, so it was bumping, and I was tired. And then there was a little sound bath after, and I have to say, I normally really dislike sound baths. I think because of autism, the endless, like, because my experience of sound baths has always been like singing bowls, and that's pretty much it. And I hate singing bowls. I hate the way they endlessly make one sound. It drives me insane. But this sound bath was very different. No singing bowls at all. And forgive me, I don't know the name of the instruments, so if you figure out what I'm describing, put the name of the instruments in the comments. But the first thing he did was he played, you know those, like, it looks like a big disc, and it's got like 5 different spots that you hit with your palm. He played that for a while, and he sang, which was lovely. And then he called us into a tighter circle, and he led us through a song. He taught us a song, and we sang while he played, and again, I don't know what it's called, but it looked like an accordion, but not. Not an accordion, but like, and I recognized the sound, but I don't know the name of the instrument.
So he played that while we all sang a song that he taught us, which was so lovely. And then he led us through a chant. He led us through the Arabic and the English. Can't remember the Arabic, but the English was "The ocean refuses no river." It was gorgeous, so lovely. And then we wrapped up, and it was a pretty late night. I didn't get to sleep until like midnight, even though the event ended at like 10, because I showered and then I was talking on the phone, and I was just so wound up that I had a hard time calming down. But yeah, so for today we have a dance in about an hour, and then we have lunch, and then after lunch we have a cacao ceremony, and then after the cacao we have, I think, a bit of a break and then dinner, and then later in the evening, not until like 8 p.m., we have an ecstatic dance party where there's going to be 4 different DJs. It's just going to be long, fun party vibes. But yeah, it's going to be a long day. A gentle start to the day, but then we're going to be bumping. So trying to gather my strength. I think I'm going to go back to the kitchen and sit and get cozy and do some sketching and drawing and things. Just be calm, you know. But yeah. So I realized I don't hate sound baths. I hate singing bowls. That's what it is. I don't hate sound baths. I hate singing bowls. So that was good to know.
For have some knowledge and experience to see what the people like. I was asking some friends and they always tell me like if you have a big people, like 20 guys, it's going to be better to have it in just one specific place. For the videos, you just spend a lot of time just going and trying to have like 20 chairs in a small restaurant.
Post-dance sweaty mess. It's time for lunch, and then it's off to the beach for a cacao ceremony and a swim. The beach!
Oh, yeah, I was thinking, like, I should have done a time lapse from when it was up all the way through.
Oh, amazing. So golden. These pastels.
I'm taking an autistic break in my room. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. I need a minute.
So you can hear my circumstances. There's a party going on in the building that I'm staying in. And it is like past 10 p.m. And I don't know exactly what time it's gonna end, but it's looking like 11:30, maybe even midnight. And tomorrow's my last day here. I have to drive 3.5 hours to San Jose at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Yay, Bernice. Woo! Shout out to Bernice. Real MVP. Love Bernice. So I'm kind of living in a hellish reality. Autism. I'm taking a good old lay on the floor break. I also have horrible heartburn, which is something that happens to me when my nervous system is dysregulated. So that's happening. So, kind of trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Probably lay here for a little while longer and try to go back out for at least like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know. I just want to go to sleep. And I can't, because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm trapped, which is a lovely feeling. Autistic people love feeling trapped. We love it. It's our favorite thing. Yeah. And like, it just sucks because this isn't even part of the retreat. Like, this has nothing to do with the retreat. It's the place that the retreat is at. They're having like a grand opening for the building that I'm staying in. Pray for me. I haven't gone back out. Now I'm laying on my bed. Also, who throws a party without snacks? That's a sin to me. Like, I can't not eat a snack. Like, you expect me to like party, dance and party from like 9, before that, like 8:30 to like 11:30 with no snacks? Because also, like, if I could take a break from dancing and like walk away and go to a snack table and like put some stuff in my hole, that would really reground me, and then I could keep dancing and hanging out and being social. So it's like, where are the motherfucking snacks? An oversight, in my opinion. I don't know. I might not even go back out. I'm fucking tired and I don't want to talk to anybody. We'll see. Who knows? Still pray for me. Either way, I need the prayers.
So it's my last morning here in Costa Rica. Well, here in Urita. I drive back to San Jose later in the afternoon. And tomorrow
is my flight. So I have one more night in Costa Rica, but I won't be here. I'll be at a hotel in San Jose. I am exhausted. Last night was pretty difficult because the party that was happening was going on in the building that I sleep in, like literally right outside my door. I stayed at the party for probably like an hour and a half, and then at like 10, I guess that's closer to 2 hours, I dipped out because I was at my threshold and couldn't go to sleep until 12:30 when the party finally ended. So I'm exhausted, very tired. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to breakfast soon. I didn't go to morning movement at 8 a.m. because of all the reasons I just said. But yeah, I'm gonna head to breakfast soon. I already kind of packed up all my stuff, or as much of it as I can, which is pretty much all of it. And yeah, I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna head to breakfast. And then after breakfast, we have our final dance. And then we have lunch, and then it's time to go. It's time to drive back to San Jose. Sure. Just try to stay awake. And yes, I have that there intentionally. I know it's there. I cannot wait to sleep in an enclosed room. But yeah, I'm exhausted. So let's just try to enjoy the morning. Hopefully breakfast will wake me up. I'm gonna have a black tea, so that'll hopefully wake me up a little bit. And then, yeah, have a dance, eat lunch, get on the road. Hopefully have a pretty chill drive back to San Jose.
Right.
Had a lovely last day. Now it's time to load the car and leave.
I've begun the drive to San Jose, and it's nice because this time while I'm driving I don't feel like shit. I've eaten 2 good meals today. I've got a huge water bottle full of water and ice, so I'm ready. I just peed. Nothing can stop me. Let's go. 4-hour drive. Whoo, y'all! When I tell you I have just been through the most stressful drive of my life. I've got 45 minutes left until I get to my destination.
Whew, what a day, y'all. So, had a lovely last half a day at the retreat. Breakfast was amazing, lunch was amazing, the last dance was amazing. Cried, saying goodbye to everybody. Pretty much everybody cried almost. Yeah, just such a beautiful experience. And I told the woman who ran the retreat and like everybody, like best 4 days of my life. Like straight up best 4 days of my life.
It was difficult, it pushed my limits, it made me uncomfortable at times, and it was the best 4 days of my life. So, feeling just like full of gratitude for all of that. But, story time, my drive from Uvita to San Jose that I took today. Oh God. So when I drove from San Jose to Uvita, it took me along the coast, which is the standard, normal, easiest, direct route from those two places. And so today when I left and I put it in my Waze, I just assumed it would do that same route because why wouldn't it? So I didn't check the route, I just assumed it was correct. And then the whole first hour was all roads that I had been on when I drove in. So I was like, okay, yeah, this route's the same. I recognize all these streets, I recognize everything on the sides. So I was like, okay, cool. I must have at some point, like Waze must have at some point had me take a turn that I didn't take last time and started taking me away from the coast and into the mountains. And I didn't realize in time. Like if I had realized immediately, I would have just turned around and gone back to the coast area and fixed the route, changed the Waze. But I didn't know that it did that until I was too far into the mountains to really turn around. Because also, when I say mountains, I mean like the road's not paved. A lot of the time it's a 1-lane road. It's like up like this, down like this, up like this, down like this, twisty turny, like straight up through the Costa Rican mountains, like rural rocks and stones in the road, like. So I'm freaking out because this is not the route I wanted. It's not the route I'm familiar with. I don't know where I am. And also I didn't get gas because I thought I would be taking the route that I took before. So I was like, I don't need to get gas right now. There were gas stations all along the road that I was on when I came in, so I'll just stop in like an hour and get gas because I had more than half a tank of gas when I left the retreat. So I'm in the mountains. The road is awful. My rental car is not that powerful. So there were times like where the incline was like this and I had my foot on the gas. It was all the way down and I was going 5 miles an hour. Like it was scary. It was stressful. And I start to like, panic that I don't know how long I'm going to be on these mountain roads and I'm going to run out of gas eventually. Like if I don't find civilization in time, I'm going to be stranded without gas. And then on top of that, at a certain point, I lose phone service. So I'm panicking. I'm like picturing myself stranded in the Costa Rican mountains with no phone service, a car with no gas, and no means of getting help. So I'm losing it. And luckily, nothing happened. Everything was fine. Obviously, I'm here in the hotel room. I made it. It's okay. But it was very stressful. I'm really proud of myself though for coping well with it. There were a couple times that I wanted to like break down and cry. And I would just talk positively to myself and be like, no, we got this. We can do this. We're going to be okay. I still had plenty of gas to get through the mountains, but it was close. And luckily, eventually as I was driving, after like an hour of horrible mountainness with no paved road, I finally found the paved road. Like suddenly the road was paved and I was like, oh, that's a good sign. We're getting close to civilization. And then like a half hour after I found the paved road, I found a town in the mountains and it became more and more civilized and I was able to get gas. But also it was good because I was like, okay, this is stressful. I had to use a lot of gas getting up the mountains, but if I go up, I have to go down. So once I'm going down, I won't be using any gas. I'll just be riding the brakes all the way into San Jose. So that was good too. But I did end up being able to get gas before it was a problem. But it was, and I got service back and everything like that. But it was really scary for like an hour and a half there, where I was worried that the worst case scenario was going to happen. But yeah, so moral of the story, always get gas, always check your navigation. But it was fine. And in retrospect, now that I know it was fine and I'm okay, really beautiful view.
But yeah, so it was gorgeous. I couldn't really fully appreciate it in the moment because I was so scared and anxious, and the road was so like treacherous that I really had to watch. Because also like, you know, so many potholes. And like when I say potholes, I don't mean like beep. I mean like like you think you broke your whole car. So yeah, it was really stressful, but luckily everything worked out, and I'm glad that I did it because I never would have seen that area of Costa Rica otherwise. It was really gorgeous, like just amazing, like so many cows and horses, and like the view. Oh my god, multiple times I was like, whoa, and then I would go back to freaking out. But everything turned out okay, and now I am picking the meat and cheese off of a sandwich that I ordered from room service at the hotel. So I'm having a good time. But yeah, overall, I made it. I'm alive. I'm good. My rental car's good. So we're just gonna have a chill evening. Ooh, hell. I don't even want to see it. Just gonna have a chill evening, you know, that's chicken. Eat my little sandwich that's nothing but a fried egg and lettuce and tomato, which I'm happy with. And my fries, because I want a nasty fry in my mouth. I've been eating really clean these past 4 days at the retreat, so I'm gonna go kind of crazy American here. And I got a nice calming tea from room service also. So yeah, just having a chill time, relaxing, enjoying my enclosed room with no open screen windows with no glass. Gonna have a nice quiet night's sleep. It's gonna be great. And then tomorrow morning I'm gonna go to breakfast downstairs in the hotel, and then probably around 11 I'll leave here. I'm gonna try to sleep in a little bit because I'm so tired. Around 11 in the morning tomorrow I'll leave here and start heading to, I have to go to the place I got the rental car from first and drop it off, and then I take the shuttle from there to the airport, which is a quick shuttle hopefully. Yeah, and then get on my flight, which is at like 2:30 I think in the afternoon. And then I'm supposed to get into Florida. I have a layover in Atlanta, and then I'm supposed to get into Florida really late because we lose it, like I go forward in time another hour. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna eat this and be chilling and then go to sleep. Peace out, y'all. Outside my window though is this beautiful construction zone. But the nature is gorgeous. So like over there, wow. So just ignore that, just look at that. Wow.
lived in Florida, and it's a scary place.
I made it to Florida. And I finally actually slept. Hell yeah. Woo.